You guys ready to roll?
No, thank you.
Fantastic. Well, Senator, we know that this is a critical day in your campaign, and we really appreciate you joining us, but the numbers are not in your favor right now. Is this make or break for you? Will you stay in the race if you don't win Florida today?
Well, first of all, I don't know what numbers are not in our favor. Since all the polling in this cycle has been upside down and wrong, I wouldn't accept that as reality. The numbers are what's being cast in the box today, and I feel very good about what that means and the work we've put into it. It's an important election for us. Next week, there's an election on Tuesday in Utah and Arizona. We're going to be on the ballot. And the only question is, do we go in with momentum, because momentum is very helpful in elections, or do we not? And if we win Florida with 99 delegates, not only do we pick up 99 delegates on top of the 10 or 11 we picked up this weekend in Washington, D.C., we go in with real momentum that will help us win those states as well. So it's a very important election and a very important night for my campaign.
Now, John Kasich has said that if he loses Ohio, he will drop out of the race. You're not willing to say that yet, are you?
Well, you know, Governor Kasich hasn't won anywhere. I mean, he hasn't won anywhere. So if he loses his own state and he hasn't won anywhere, I understand why he would conclude that. We've won in Minnesota and Puerto Rico and the District of Columbia. We came within a point of winning Virginia and took half the delegates there. So we have a different equation. We want to win Florida. It's very important. Those 99 delegates would give a huge boost to our campaign. But we're moving forward irrespective. But we need Florida, and we need to win it, because it would, I think, really reshape this race. I believe this: if I win Florida, I'm going to be the nominee. It's going to take a few more weeks, but I will be the nominee, and so that's why it's so important to win.
Now, you recently met with former Governor Jeb Bush. Do you think an endorsement for him might have been a difference maker in your campaign today?
Well, I think it would have helped, there's no doubt, but I respect his decision. You know, in 2012, I did not endorse anyone in the Florida primary, and I was friends with Newt Gingrich and Mitt Romney, and I just chose not to get involved. So I respect that. Governor Rick Scott's made the same decision, and so, you know, I respect that. I really do, having been in the same position as they're in. In the end, this is the presidency, and so everyone's aware of the candidates, and we have to go out and make our own way here, and we are, and we will.
Let's talk about the impact of the growing Puerto Rican population on your campaign. Is it having an impact?
Sure, we actually won the primary in Puerto Rico, got over 70% of the vote there, and we think that translates over to the Tampa, Orlando region as well. You know, the Puerto Rican voters that are moving onto the mainland from the island are becoming more and more engaged politically, and they should be. And I'm glad that they are. It's added real vibrancy to our party and to the state, and so we've campaigned aggressively. We want as many votes as we could get, and that's certainly true in the Hispanic community, a growing percentage of which is people that are coming over from the island and onto the mainland and really enriching our state.
Senator, your frustration with Donald Trump's leadership style and also the violence that we've seen recently at his rallies is evident. You originally said that you would support whoever is the Republican nominee, but then recently you said it's getting harder and harder every day. Will you support a Trump nomination if we see that?
Well, first of all, I'm working on preventing that from being the case. I think we need to have a nominee that can unite the party with a message of hope and optimism, and that's what we're doing. And I believe, again, if I win Florida tonight, I'm going to be the nominee. But, you know, I'm not prepared to go back on that pledge just yet, but it's clear that every single day that goes by, it gets harder and harder to justify that decision if, God forbid, Donald Trump is the nominee. I think, first of all, he loses. He just does. A significant percentage of Republicans will never vote for him, and he loses. And second, I just find what he's doing unacceptable. The profanity, the disrespect, the division and disunity that he's creating, this exploiting of people's frustrations and angers to win an election, that is not leadership. That's not even conservatism. And I just think it's been really damaging to the party, the conservative movement, and ultimately the country. And I hope enough voters realize that before it's too late.
After we watched all the violence recently at his rallies, are you surprised at all that he still has that momentum that we're seeing right now?
Well, it's a function of a couple things. One is just media attention. I mean, he's gotten wall-to-wall coverage. I mean, every speech he gives, the cable networks cut in live to see what is he going to say next, what's going to happen. It's being covered almost as an entertainment event. So that's helped him. It's helped him win. And so am I surprised? Look, I just hope people wake up to the reality that as a country, we cannot be a country where people hate each other because they support a different candidate or from their different parties. I'm as passionate as anybody is about the things I believe in. But just because you and I may disagree on a policy issue doesn't make you an evil person and shouldn't make me hate you. And we're becoming a country where people hate each other now over politics. And if that happens, I think we're in a lot of trouble as a society. I hope we'll take a deep breath here and say, let's continue to debate these issues passionately. Let's have an election. And in a republic, you get the government you deserve. Voters get the government they voted for. But I think this anger and hatred that's now seeping its way into our political discourse is going to do permanent, lasting damage to our country.
Any regrets so far, Senator, in this campaign?
I just regret the direction this has all gone. I think it's unfortunate, but we still have time to get it right. Look, there's going to be a reckoning here. There are a lot of people that have participated in this, supported Donald Trump and otherwise, that are going to spend years explaining how they fell into it. I just hope that that moment comes before November and not after. I hope it doesn't come and it's too late, because here's the bottom line. No disrespect, okay, but if Donald Trump is our nominee, we're going to lose. Hillary Clinton will beat him. She'll beat him badly in Florida and all the key swing states. I do not want Hillary Clinton to be the 45th president of the United States. And that's what's going to happen if the Republican Party nominates Donald Trump.
Senator Rubio, we know this is a very important day for you, so we thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.